Hey everyone, hopefully you're having a good day. I say that as we had a pretty big down day today. It was kind of sell off everything event, but hopefully you're having a good day. My name's Andy, and we're going to do daily technical analysis update of gold and silver. We'll take a look at the companies and the precious metals and some of the other drivers of it, and I'll give you my opinion on it. So let's dive in here. I've got the dollar behind me. The dollar was down quite a bit today, almost 1%. We are still sitting on top of this support level. We'll see what this thing does over the next few days. We've got volatility everywhere. It is everywhere. So we've got these wicks at the top on a monthly candlestick on the dollar. Those are usually reversal patterns to head lower. You can see them basically the wicks up here, the wicks up here, some wicks up here. Usually when you start getting these wicks, it means that we may potentially head lower. But again, I'm going to hold my judgment, and we'll see what happens with the dollar. But we do have some wicks at the top on a monthly candlestick basis. Weaker dollar today. We've got a weaker 10-year yield. Again, this is a strong resistance line. We'll see if this resistance line on the monthly basis puts a wick at the top where we might start to pull back some, giving some relief to the market. We've had a very large move and drastic move in the 10-year yield, but we have a bearish engulfing on the 10-year yield today, which means we could potentially head back down lower with yields. And looking at TLT, this is bonds. This is a bullish engulfing, which means we could potentially go up in bonds. But we've had a couple of these already, and they were basically false signals back here. Looking at the CRB index actually went up today. Looking strong for a potential move higher. This could just be a retest type move. And gold did very well today, up 1.2%, especially given the rest of the sectors. So I'm glad I've got some gold exposure. And it's moving on up. We're still above all the patterns, guys. This still looks pretty dang good from a long-term perspective. This is on weekly candlesticks. We're putting in a nice big wick here, so we'll see if we can get some momentum. Silver is still sitting on top of its support level. We came down, dipped below it, and basically are playing with that support line. But today looks decent. Platinum looks decent too. Heading on higher here, we're within the pattern. And from a big long-term perspective, I think platinum still looks great. We are still sitting on top of this pattern. We are contracting down, and usually at some point we get a break. And we're getting money to rotate all over the place here. This is incredibly volatile. We're seeing money basically come out of bonds. That's why the interest rates went up so much. And that money is going to start rotating around. We saw the dollar weaker today, and then we saw the strength in gold, silver, and platinum. The XAU to gold ratio is still on this support line. We are just riding this line right now. We're right on it. We want to break this big long-term downtrend line. And what that means is that the gold mining companies will outperform gold itself. So here we are in this downtrend line, and we still haven't broken that on the ratio. So if we break that, it means that I think the miners will start to outperform gold is what it would tell us. Looking at Karora Resources, we're still just moving sideways there on Karora Resources. We may have, again, guys, we've got a nice, good bullish engulfing. And there could be a little bit left in this to pull back, but I think we've got a lot of that move worked off. Now, I could sit here and put a whole bunch of different, things on this, like a fib retracement. We're almost down to 0.618. That's what this line is here going across. That's 0.618. And then 0.786 is another retracement. We could come down a little bit further to that retracement level at 0.618, but it doesn't necessarily mean it'll stop there and just reverse. We could reverse here and go higher. But overall, it looks all right. EXK, Still above the pattern, still just moving sideways. Basically a flat day today. We've got Fortuna Silver Mines going flat today. I would say that's actually successful given the day of the S&P 500 and everything else selling off as much as it has. SILJ right on support in the short term. SILJ, if you were to look at it from a longer term perspective, we're right on this support line that we've hit multiple times around it. So that's where we're at there. GDX, we're right on this support going across here. And the short-term dailies, we got a nice big bullish engulfing today. Hopefully we can get some momentum to the upside. Looking at metallic minerals, bullish engulfing, that's looking better. Nice kind of a big up day compared to the rest of the markets. Koya Resources with an up day today, but the momentum's heading a little bit lower. Discovery Silver, up day. We can zoom out. We still have this kind of triangle type pattern, or I should say like almost a stop sign, a hexagon or something like that. AG, we basically come into a point on the dailies here. We're up a little bit. We're coming to a point here. Hopefully we can get some buying pressure. We are low, and it looks good down here. Newmont getting some buying pressure. That is a bullish engulfing. Bullish engulfings typically resolve themselves upward. So that's turning around favorably. Mag Silver moving sideways. We've got Yamana Gold moving sideways here. Zooming on out, we're below this support resistance line. It's a resistance line coming on up. Impact Silver, we're coming real low to a support area, so that looks good. Aftermath Silver, getting a little bit of buying pressure today. If you zoom in, that's a bullish engulfing. That looks good and is a positive development. PLG, a little bit of a small down day today. Sabinai Stillwater moving sideways just below support. Sandstorm Gold getting a bullish engulfing here. This looks positive for a move higher. So that's the bullish engulfing today, engulfing the day before it. That is a reversal candlestick to move higher. Franco-Nevada putting in a nice little bullish piercing candlestick right on the support level of Franco-Nevada. Big picture view, we've got this nice big pattern here that looks like we could potentially try to reverse here. So that looks good. EMX coming to a point. We'll see if this kind of support area holds. There's some support back here too. Going across the dailies. Getting a little bit, it's just a small down day today. Right on support. Teuton Resources getting the bullish engulfing. That's actually turning out to be a little bit better. That's looking good. We've got Wheaton Precious Metals, little up day. We'll see where it goes. I don't really have a clear direction in the short term there. But we're on top of a pattern. That looks good to me. Gold Royalty, selling off a little bit. Just moving sideways down here. Metallo Royalty moving sideways. Not much to really say there. Mavericks Metals, bullish engulfing. Looks like it wants to go higher. Royal Gold, bullish engulfing. Looks like it wants to go higher. These had pretty big pullbacks, guys. They look pretty good to me. Cisco Gold Royalty, bullish engulfing, ready to go higher above support. That is a good spot to be looking. And then Altius is a non-precious metal royalty company that I just threw here. And we had a down day today just below the support level. So that's what we've got for precious metals. It actually looks pretty good. Looks very good compared to all the other areas. If you were to look, and I'll just throw this in here, if you look at, like, say, actually I probably have like a Dow Jones Industrial Average to gold ratio, that's falling to the downside. So gold is massively outperforming the overall Dow Jones Industrial Average. And there it is with this gigantic sell-off today in the S&P 500 or in Dow Jones, and gold moving higher. So hopefully that we can get this to roll on down, signaling a rotation of money into precious metals and away from these stocks. And I think that's what's going on. So again, I like this sector. It looks good. As far as I can tell, and money that I'm making, I am putting more into my mutual funds and whatnot for the mining companies. Very similar to GDX and GDXJ. that's basically what I own. So yeah, it looks good. And if you guys like the analysis, give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the website, the platinum memberships, the membership you want. You get to see what I'm doing, what I'm buying, and get a little bit of information on all this stuff. So that's what I've got for today. Hopefully you guys are holding through this. It is very volatile. We're seeing some heavy selling pressure over in oil and uranium, the energy sectors, even though oil is up. But that's what we're seeing at this moment, and hopefully you're having a good day. We'll catch you later. This is Finding Value.